What's good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's going on with Tesla, SPY, Nvidia, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. And break down what's happening with the economic calendar for today, what's going on with a couple of pieces of news for the markets. I want to do something about Tesla before I break down these charts. But let me first say that I'm not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo, the link down below, and deposit $100 into the account, you are guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed up to 15 free stocks, and the offer ends very soon. Anyways, now let's break down what's happening to the charts in the market. As of right now, Tesla's been kind of range bound during this pre-market session, stuck between 173.75 and about 172.5. The market is showing some tightness. Now, Tesla has a cup and handle like structure that's trying to develop. And we had this bullish wedge that could lead to a little bit more upside. But the thing about Tesla potentially to push, Tesla attempting to push up, is that whether this continues or not is going to be more determined by the Fed. So you want to be very careful. We will see if the Fed launches the market up or not, but you want to be careful going into how today is going to play out. So what usually happens on days like this, today is Wednesday, March 20th, is for the first couple of hours, the market's not extremely volatile. We could see some pops here and there. Market comes back down, and we just kind of remain range bound. That's usually what happens. And then starting at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we get the rate hike decision and the economic projections reports. That's going to cause more volatility, so you're going to be watching for that. Then it's 2:30 p.m. We have the Fed press conference, and that's when Jerome Powell is going to be giving his speech. So we're going to be watching to see a big surge in volatility starting at 2 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's going to be very, very key, at least for the stock market. Now, when it comes to other pieces of news involving the markets, I just want to mention that right now, there could be an attempt for some somewhat volatile moves, I'd say, in the morning, but nothing too like insane compared to what we're going to see later. We could see the market kind of drop a bit and come back up, at least temporarily, trade sideways. But then I would say later on, I am expecting a big surge in volatility. That's the reason why the market would be like trading sideways for most of the first couple of hours. A little bit later on, we have Jerome Powell giving a speech. We also have the FOMC meeting. I'm going to be looking at the next dot plot coming out from the Fed. Intel has been awarded about $8.5 billion in acting CHIP Act funding, from the White House. That's some important news that came out, and that with that coming out, that's good news for them. This is going to be very important for Nvidia and AMD as well, leading to a lot more competition. On top of this, we have Bitcoin falling on Wednesday. It is cooling off a bit as we're starting to see the entire crypto space in that position. This is completely normal after how much they've been pumping. So it's not really the end of the world just yet or anything like that. Also, some news that French luxury group Kering is talking about how their sales are potentially dropping by about 20% year on year for the first quarters. That's some negative news as well. There are signs of slowing demand so far in the economy. For Tesla, there's been some news that came out that 2 men are charged for trying to sell Tesla's battery trade secrets. This happened in New York, and they're trying to sell them to undercover agents, according to a report. So right now, this is actually going into the courts. This is very important, and whatever is announced is going to be very important as well. But with this being said, it's very, very good that these people were caught. This is not great news for Tesla whatsoever that what they were trying to do. But with them being caught, it's very, very good that that happened, and no one should be doing anything like that anyways. Tesla's also to raise the Model Y prices that are made in China now. So this is a big change. Before it was just the Model Ys in the US and Europe, but now they're actually going to be raising the price of the Chinese produced Model Ys by about $694 from April 1st. That is some big news. So it's a big change that Tesla's making, raising prices again, leading to more volatility. So, what do I see for the share price? Technically speaking, this is looking a bit more bullish as we have this wedge forming. We have a bullish pattern that could lead to Tesla popping a little bit. So, when we open, you could see that Tesla's on a slight uptrend on the 4 hour, 30 minutes is also showing some life. Tesla could actually attempt to push a little higher. I could see it trying to push a little higher. Maybe looking for a retest of 173.75 and maybe even 175 again, somewhere in this range. Then after it pushes a bit, it might actually come back down, just continue to trade sideways because the 4 hour 50 EMA is going to be a tough resistance. If we could break past 175, that's going to be a bullish signal. Tesla could push more. If we fail to do so, we're gonna likely pop and come back down, just trade sideways. I think that's the most likely possibility. We kind of push a bit, come back down, trade sideways for the time being, and then once we have the FOMC decision and Jerome Powell's speech, then we see the real volatility. But for Tesla, it might try to push a little bit higher, and we'll see how it reacts to resistance. I am seeing some life on the chart. On the other hand, for SPY, Tesla's looking relatively strong with SPY. It's also range bound between 515 and 516.5. It might come down a little bit, push back up, and just continue to trade sideways within this range. I think it's going to likely range trade. If it does break 516.5, it could go a little higher. We are on a slight uptrend right now. But look for a little drop and a pop sideways price action, maybe a little push a little higher. And then we're going to be looking for a big surge in volatility a little bit later on as we approach 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I personally think that we're going to be looking for a little drop and a push, a tiny little push higher. We might see some sideways price action for the majority of the day. And once we approach the 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time reports, that's when things will change. So watch the levels I called out on SPY. Right now, it's just range bound. Same thing with the QQQ. We have this resistance at 440, and we have support at 438. I think it's going to push a little bit, come back down, just trade sideways, and we're going to be looking for a big surge in volatility by 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's a slight uptrend on the QQQ, so it could push a little higher, but watch and see how things move. It could push to resistance at 440, 441. Then we have 442 and 444 above that. Might push a little bit higher. Going to be looking for a little bit more upside than sideways price action, and the real move is going to start at 2 o'clock p.m. Nvidia is looking very indecisive. I mean, for the last couple of hours, it's been completely flat. We're going to be watching this resistance at 900. We have support at 885 to be watching for. If we lose 885, we could be sinking to at least 868. If it breaks past 900, watch 908, then 920. I think Nvidia is going to pop a bit, come back down, just continue to trade sideways. And then once again, just like other stocks out there, we'll be watching for a big surge in volatility after we get the FOMC reports. Apple has been stuck between 175.75 and about 176.5. I have a feeling that this does kind of resemble a cup and handle, so it could push a little bit. We'll have to see if it could break 176.5 to push higher. Otherwise, I do see it kind of remaining in this range right here between 175 and 177.5. It's only 2 points, so it might just be stuck like this just for some time. And then we're going to be looking for a big surge once we get the FOMC results. All right. So with that being said, because Tesla had some good news about raising prices, it could outperform the market and actually try to push a little higher, but still be careful with it. I want to let you guys know just to be very careful because the move it makes, whether it pushes or not, may not last the longest because the real move is going to come after the FOMC minutes. So just get ready for that. Get ready for some big volatility that's coming later, and we'll see how things go moving forward. We have the Fed rate hike decision, the FOMC economic projections at 2 p.m., and then Jerome Powell speaking at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just for a few more, as a reminder, Amazon is showing a little bit of life. If this thing tries to keep holding above 175.42, this has potential to go all the way up towards 178. It has some potential to do so. And for Meta, in my opinion, also has more upside potential for 500 and eventually 503.5. So we'll have to see how it goes. And then there's Supermicro looking a little bit weaker than the market. You guys can see it's barely holding 900. But watch support at 852, watch resistance around 900. If we break past that, we could go up to about 925. I do see this thing potentially trading sideways for now between 850 and about 9, the very low 900s. And then we're going to be looking to see if there's a big move after that. So that being said, guys, thank you all so much for listening. I hope you guys have a great day. Get ready for Tesla. It's kind of outperforming the market a bit. Could try to push a little higher, but then don't forget that the FOMC is going to cause the bigger move. And for now, we might just see more range bound price action in the markets. All right. Thank you for listening. Have a great day and peace out.